Good afternoon, students. In the previous class, we started the chapter Impact of British Rule in India. So we had a discussion about military and other changes. It could be the judicial, the civil, and also about military and other changes what they brought. And now we need to see the changes that took place because of the or especially the changes in land taxes, the land tax policies which were introduced by the British. Why they started this land tax, or why they brought some changes in the land tax? Remember, the East India Company was supposed to pay about nearly 4 lakh pounds. The East India Company, remember, East India Company is not the British government, but it is one of the trading company of England. So this trading company, that is East India Company, which had to pay 4 lakh pounds to British government. They have to pay 4 lakh pounds for the British government in order, and these 4 lakh pounds were paid in order to have control over Bengal province. To get this Bengal, the British had to, the East India Company paid 4 lakh pounds for the British. And this was a very difficult task because paying this much of amount annually was not an easy job. So what they did, in order to fulfill the need of this amount, to fulfill this need, they implemented new policies or new land reform, or you can say tax policies. Okay. So this is how the tax policy was introduced by the British. Now let us see some of the policies that they brought. Remember, they have brought around nearly 3 different types of policies. And among them, one is the Zamindar policy. The second one was almost all the Raitwari. And the third one was the Mahalwari. These were the 3 different types of policies, or you can say the 3 different types of land taxes that were implemented by the British. Now this Zamindari system, or you can call it as Zamindari policy or Zamindari system. This system was introduced in 1793. And remember, the Zamindari policy is also called as Permanent Land Settlement Act. It's a permanent land settlement, or you can also call it as permanent Zamindari system. Now the second thing is who introduced it. Remember, this Zamindari system was for the first time introduced by Lord Cornwallis. He started this policy. So remember, Zamindari system just started in 1793. It is also called the permanent land settlement system, and it was introduced by Lord Cornwallis. Now let us see what are the features that we are going to see in this system. First feature, the beginning feature of Zamindari system is, the first says, not the peasant or not the cultivator, but Zamindar became owner of land. Zamindar was considered as the owner of the land. And the second one, what we see, it is believed that this Zamindar has to pay the tax that is being agreed on a fixed date yearly. Every year he has to pay the amount to the government. But one thing, zamindar is paying the money, but he is getting all the benefits. Like he had complete rights, or he was free to collect tax from farmers, and the farmers were almost all, they were disturbed because they have to pay whatever the amount is being asked by the zamindar. And usually zamindars, what they used to do, they collect more money from the farmers and pay less to the government. Overall, zamindars were the beneficials, we can say. And the next it says, zamindar loses his ownership if failed to pay the tax. If he failed to pay the tax, whatever the amount is being fixed, yearly what he has to pay, if zamindar, if he fail to pay the tax, then automatically he is going to lose his land. He is going to lose his land and ownership, and it will be taken away by the British. But overall what we see is, according to this zamindari system, the most strugglers way, the sufferers of this system was the farmers, because the farmers are here, and from the farmers zamindars will collect, and from zamindars it will go to the British. Here when the whatever the zamindar is taking, they used to collect more from the farmers. Collecting more, we can say that here they are collecting 50% and they are paying only 20% here, and the remaining 30% is the share of zamindars. So this is how the zamindar started losing everything, we can say. Instead of zamindars, we can say that the farmers lost everything, we can say. Now, which were the states that was being implemented? The states that were implemented are Bihar, Odisha, as well as Andhra Pradesh and Varanasi. These were the states where you can see the implementation of zamindari system. Remember, let us see it once again here. Just we'll revise it. The British brought this new system because they had to pay 4 lakh pounds yearly, and it was very difficult, so they implemented new systems. And in that, zamindari, which was started in 1793, permanent land settlement it is called, and Lord Cornwallis introduced it. And in the features, zamindar became the owner of land, and zamindar had to pay the tax which has been fixed, and he has to pay every year on the fixed date, and he was very much free to collect the amount whatever he want. And zamindar, if he failed to pay, he will lose his ownership of over the land. But overall, the farmers were the sufferers, and Bihar, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, these are the states where we see this zamindari system. And because of the sufferings of the farmers, it is believed that Charles Metcalfe, one of the British, he says that Indian farmers were born as well as lived and died in debt. Remember, according to Charles Metcalfe, he says Indian farmers are born, they will live and they will die in debt. ಭಾರತೀಯ ರೈತರು ಸಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಸಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳೆದು ಸಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಯ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ರೈತರದಿದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಚಾರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಮೆಟ್ಕಾಫ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಈ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರಿ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯಿಂದ ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ ಆದಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಈಗ ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಮಹಲ್ವಾರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಇವಾಗ we came across about the zamindari system. Now let us see what is Mahalwari system is. Remember, the word Mahal means taluk. And here collecting tax was in taluka level. The taluka level officer used to collect the taxes, and this Mahalwari was introduced by R.M. Bird and James Thompson. These two people introduced the Mahalwari system. Now, where they were introduced? This Mahalwari system was introduced in UP, that is Uttar Pradesh, MP, Madhya Pradesh, as well as Punjab and Delhi. These were some of the places where we can see the implementation of Mahalwari system. And here too the same condition. Mahal, that is taluka level officer, was the in charge, and the tax what they collected, it was more than production. Whatever they were producing, the tax was more than that. And due to this, we see zamindars lost land, as well as the small farmers. Usually these farmers who were working for zamindars, even they too struggled a lot. So this is what we see about Mahalwaris. And remember the taluka level officer, and remember he was almost all British itself. So they were getting more benefits, we can say. Now the next one, the last one, is Raitwari system. And remember, the Raitwari system was from 1792. And where was this Raitwari system implemented? Remember, Raitwari system was implemented at Baramahal region. And remember, in Baramahal region, Alexander Reed introduced this, and later Thomas Munro, he brought this to Madras as well as Mysore. See, Raitwari system, which was introduced in Baramahal region by Alexander Reed, and Thomas Munro introduced it in Madras and Mysore. Now, what are the main features or the points we can say about this Raitwari? So, when you come to this Raitwari system features, the first what we see is farmers and company. Direct link, we can say. Here, actually what you see, before the officer, that is a zamindar, used to collect from the farmers, and here in a Mahalwari, talukadar used to collect. But in Raitwari, the farmers were declared as the owners of the land, and it was a direct link between farmers and the company. The farmers had to pay the tax direct to the company. There was no middleman, because in zamindari and in Mahalwari we are seeing the middleman like zamindar and the Mahalwar, but here it is a direct link. And it says the tiller, that is the cultivators, became the owner of the land. Yes, remember in zamindari what we see, the zamindars were the owners of the land, but in this we are seeing it's not zamindar, but it is the cultivator, that is the tiller himself is the owner of the land. Now, what was the percentage to be paid as a tax? Remember, 50% of product was being given as tax, and 30 years period for tax. 30 years period for tax means for 30 years they used to fix one tax, and after 30 years there will be the renewal of tax, that is renewal of tax after 30 years, and they will again changed. So this is how the Raitwari system started working. But this also had negatives. Just like Zamindari and Mahalwari, even this had negatives. What were the negatives? Usually there was a very strict in collecting tax, and because of the strictness, what the farmers used to do, the farmers used to borrow from money lenders. They used to borrow from money lenders. So why they are borrowing from money lenders? They are borrowing money from money lenders only to pay the tax. Only to pay the tax. And remember, once when they fail to repay, once when they fail to repay the money to the lenders, they used to lose their land. They used to lose their land. So this is how even Mahalwari or Raitwari, even both way are on the same conditions, we can say. Both ruined the situations of farmers, we can say. Okay. So these are the three. So now we had a discussion about, the first one was the Zamindari system which was implemented, and then the second one was the Mahalwari system where it was treated with talukdar, and the third one was the Raitwari system. And in the Raitwari system we had the discussion on some of the topics. Now let us see what were the effects of this Mahalwari system. What were the effects of this new British implemented system of land tax? Here we can see some of the points related with the impact of British land tax. The rules that, or the principles that were implemented by them, what were the changes, how they affected. You can see just 1 or 2 points here. A new class of Zamindar was created. A new class of Zamindar was created. Means till now there was farmers and other things, but a new group, a new category of the people like Zamindars came to existence. And always, as we see, farmers were exploited more. Farmers were exploited more by the Zamindars and also by the department. And the third one, department in the sense British company. And the third one is land, which was still now considered as only the area or the land for cultivating purpose. Now it became a commodity. It was now considered as a thing or a commodity. Why it was considered as a commodity? Because land gave permission for loans. We can say loans were raised by mortgaging land. Mortgaging in the sense where they will give land as a surety. Okay. So like this, they started mortgaging the land, and by this we come to know that land was considered like a commodity. And the next one is agriculture, which was still now considered as only the crop, or it was only related with the way of life. Now agriculture was considered as a commercialized, and when it became commercialized, they started growing more raw materials also. And the last point, money lenders became financially strong. Remember, commercialization is where the agriculture was used for commercialized, because now they started growing raw materials on one side. Okay, not only food crops, raw materials were also grown. Okay, and finally the last point, which says money lenders became more strong, because these people, they started ruining, or they started troubling the farmers to get more money. So these are the points that we had a discussion today. We had a discussion about Mahalwari, Raitwari, as well as zamindari system. So with this we will conclude now, and we will have a discussion about other topics in the next class. Thank you.